If you're ever looking for a shortcut, a direct line into some really profound wisdom, you often have to go to a poet.
That's right.
And today we are doing a deep dive into the collected works, the Deewan of a man who really defines an entire tradition, Mirza Asadullah Khan Ghalib.
It's a huge undertaking. And just so you know, our sources are pulled right from the heart of his work, the Ghazaliyat, his ghazals.
Which make up the bulk of the Deewaan-e-Ghaalib.
Exactly. And the title page grounds us right there, Mirza Asadullah Khan Ghalib. I mean, we're talking about one of the greats of Urdu and Persian poetry. It's more than just poetry. It's like a map of the soul.
It is. And that's our mission today. We're not just here to appreciate the literature. We want to kind of extract the philosophical architecture behind it all.
Right.
What did Ghalib actually believe about love, about destiny, about why we suffer? The goal is for you to walk away with his voice, that very distinct voice just echoing in your head.
And to get that voice, you first have to understand the structure he's working in. The ghazal is a unique form. Well, each couplet can often stand alone. It has its own thought. But the poet, he ties it all together in that final couplet.
With the takalis, the pen name.
Precisely. That's where he signs off, so to speak. And in the text, we see he uses two, Ghaalib, or his other one, Asad.
Which is just fascinating because of what the names mean. Asad is lion, which is, powerful enough.
Sure.
But Ghalib means dominant, victorious. And yet the poetry is almost entirely about pain and defeat. It's a total contradiction.
That is the central paradox of Ghalib. He's not just signing his name. He's building a persona, a myth, right there on the page.
So by calling himself the victorious, while he's describing just, unimaginable pain.
He's lifting his personal struggle into something universal. It becomes a philosophical statement. He's the victim of fate, yes, but he's also the defiant observer of it all.
It feels like a dare, like he's challenging fate, or even us as the reader. He often seems to frame his own suffering as the ultimate benchmark.
He does.
He's almost asking, has anyone else loved this hard? Has anyone else suffered as deeply as I, Ghalib, have?
That is the exact tone. There's this one idea that really stands out from the sources where he talks about his own wretchedness, his gurbat, his poverty of spirit.
Okay.
But even in that state, he finds a sense of glory, his shan. It's a wild claim to make.
So wait, the suffering itself is a noble state?
That's what he's saying. He's not asking for pity. He's owning his pain. It's like a badge of honor.
Let's dig into that pain then, because it really is the foundation of everything he writes. The two big themes, Ishq and Gam sorrow, they aren't just related.
They're inseparable. Two sides of the same coin.
In Ghalib's world, to love is to suffer, period.
Absolutely. And that suffering always comes from one place, the beloved. He calls this figure the yar, or the dost, the friend.
But this friend is not very friendly.
Not at all. The beloved is consistently portrayed as distant, indifferent, sometimes even cruel. All the heartache comes from this gap, this betrayal from the one person he desires.
So the obvious question then is, if the beloved is so cold, why doesn't he just walk away? What keeps him in this loop of pain?
That's the philosophical core. For Ghalib, the suffering is proof of the love. It's proof of his commitment. To feel any less would mean he loved less.
And the imagery he uses to describe it, it's so physical. The heart, the dill, isn't just broken.
No, never. It's scorched. It's wounded. It's literally consumed by an internal fire, a burning passion he calls soz.
It's so visceral. We saw him use words like kun, blood, and achish, fire. And they don't feel like metaphors for sadness.
They're not. They are the actual landscape of his soul. His passion is combustion. His sadness is a river of tears and blood. He refuses to let the pain be abstract.
He even talks about the taste of it. There's that one couplet about the wound, the zakam, that love leaves.
Oh, that one is incredible. He says the wound has the taste of namak.
Salt.
Salt. It's not just that it stings. He appreciates the sting. It's this sharp, undeniable proof that he is alive and feeling something profound.
And that profound feeling pushes him to the edge. He uses the metaphor of the dash, the desert, the wilderness.
Yes, where the lover wanders in total isolation, on the verge of junoon.
Madness.
Right. But for Ghalib, this isn't a punishment. This wandering it's a pilgrimage. It's the only journey worth taking because it confirms how immense his inner world is.
So the intense pain is the price you pay for a profound existence. For you listening, this is Ghalib's challenge, I think. He's telling us to reject numbness.
Exactly. That intensity, even if it's agonizing, is proof that you're alive. It's proof that you're engaged in something that matters.
Which brings us to a bigger stage. We've talked about the internal world, but Ghaalib is constantly fighting with the external world too. His view of kismat, or fate.
It's not just a romantic struggle anymore, it becomes cosmic. Ghaalib is constantly, and I mean constantly, arguing with the universe.
He's lodging a complaint.
A formal complaint against the heavens, the Falak or Seismanen, against time itself. He sees the human spirit as this thing that's always being crushed by forces way beyond our control.
And he doesn't just complain, he analyzes it. He frames existence itself as a kind of burden, a raw deal.
A very raw deal. He calls life a debt, a chores that we never agreed to take on, or it's a safar, this impossibly hard journey where we don't even know the destination.
The most audacious thing, I think, is his willingness to just contemplate nothingness.
Yes. He muses about what it would be like if none of this life, love, God had ever existed.
And he does it just to show how painful his current reality is. It's not resignation. It's an intellectual rebellion against the very idea of creation.
But then there's a twist. You see all this imagery of him being caged or in chains in a prison, a zindan.
Right. But it almost feels like he chose that prison, doesn't it?
It does. It feels like he's chained to his passions, and the alternative, a life of freedom without feeling, is the thing he's actually afraid of.
So he chooses the prison of desire over the emptiness of indifference.
He argues with fate, but he is completely bound to his own intense nature. He can't escape it, and maybe doesn't want to.
So if life is a scam and fate is a bully, what's left? Why even bother writing poetry about it?
And that's the final piece of the puzzle, the poetry itself. That is his ultimate act of defiance.
It's his bid for immortality.
Absolutely. He knows what he's doing. He's so self-aware about his own craft. You get this powerful sense that even when his body is dust and the world is in ruins, his voice, his lament, will survive.
The word outlasts the wretchedness. He knows his poetry isn't simple either.
Not at all. He even addresses how difficult it is, suggesting that you can't just skim his work. He's almost telling you, if you want the real treasure, you have to dig deep into these verses, past that first layer of sorrow.
He's giving us the map, but we have to do the work.
And the ultimate message, the synthesis of it all, is that the goal isn't happiness. It isn't peace.
It's the experience.
It's the passionate experience itself. He would rather have the chaos of grief than the silent peace of oblivion. His suffering is the currency of his legacy.
So what we've seen is Ghaalib navigating this incredible tension. Love is pain. Life is a cosmic fight. And defiance is found not in winning, but in the commitment to feeling everything, no matter how agonizing.
It's overwhelming, but it's also so deeply human. Anyone who's ever felt consumed by their own feelings can relate.
Which leaves us with a final, really challenging thought from Ghaalib for you to take away.
If he's right, if there's no external reward, no final peace to be won, and if the experience of our own inner chaos, our love and our sorrow is the greatest treasure we have, if the suffering is the point,
then what value should we place on that intensity in our own lives?
Exactly. Versus this constant modern push for calm, for external peace. Is the greatest success really found in the deepest, most difficult feelings?
The truly complex map of the soul. All courtesy of the great Mirza Asadullah Khan Ghaalib. Something to think about for a long, long time.